This is exactly the part of the season he needed to get some form and have some consistency, and he's looking pretty unbeatable at the moment. I mean, he looks comfortable every time we go to a track at the moment. Pole, fastest lap, race wins are coming easily, and he's extended that gap right when he needed to. And it's going to be hard for, well, I say anyone. I think it's only Piastri now, isn't it, really? I mean, I'm sure to talk about whether Verstappen's realistically, I think, what's the gap? 49 points now?
49 Verstappen, yeah.
Yeah, it takes 2 DNFs in a race out of the final 3 races for him to have a realistic chance. And that also counts on Piastri not outscoring him as well. So, yeah, Norris, I mean, I've said multiple times, I think Piastri's going to get it. But this is the first time where I'm actually like, oh, maybe he won't.
I've been saying since the start of the season, since we spoke to Gunter Steiner back in, I think it was January, that Oscar Piastri is going to win, and he agreed. And yeah, I think I might have to hold my hands up slightly.
We'll get back to this video in just a second, but first I want to talk to you about this. This is the NextBase Pico, and this will keep you and other people safe on the roads this festive period. It's a connected compact dash cam, which will record every single journey you make in high definition, and they've got a cheeky little offer going on at the moment, which I think you will like. Now, we know what people are like on the roads. We've all been driving to see friends and family and got cut up by someone. And maybe you're going to a racetrack and you're going to go and watch the professionals do it. And there's probably a lot of professionals not out there on the motorways of the UK. Well, look, this will record everything in high definition, sharp detail. There is a 1K and a 2K version. So whatever happens, it means you've got evidence for whatever goes on the roads. It's not just about the footage though. The Pico's packed with smart safety features that every driver needs, and of course it's from the UK's leading dashcam brand, which was recently crowned Trusted Review's best dashcam of 2025. It's super compact, even I can install it and you won't even notice it on your windscreen. Now pair it with the NextBase app, set it up, control it from there. It couldn't be simpler for you. There's even a smart parking feature that keeps an eye on your car while you're away, automatically recording if it detects any movement or impact. And trust me, my car just got hit by something in the wind and I'm livid because I didn't have a dash cam installed. Now, if the worst does happen, the emergency SOS system can alert emergency services and share your exact location to help you get help faster. And with Witness Mode Lite, you can quickly alert a friend or family member if you feel unsafe on the road, which is definitely something I reckon parents should be thinking about. And with prices starting at under £100, it's pretty obvious that this would make a fantastic stocking filler this festive period. And actually, you can save yourself 40 quid because between the 6th of November and the 3rd of December, you will get that amount off, making this £59 for the 1K version, which means you could probably put that 40 quid towards going and watching some UK racing. Loads of winter racing going on, which I'm sure you'll have a great time at. You could also treat your family to a meal, but let's face it, just look after yourself. So protect your journeys with confidence this festive season. Visit the NextBase website for more information and also pop into Halfords, Argos, Currys and other retailers today. Stay safe, stay connected and enjoy the road ahead.
He took that sprint race win. He's got the confidence right now, hasn't he? Because at the moment, things are just going in his favour. We talk about it a lot in football and it's just form at the right time. We know the car's been good all season. We know he can win races. Also pretty nuts to think that Lando only won his first race last May, like 2024, given that he's won, 11? Is it 11 races now? Something like that. 11 different tracks at least. So ridiculous confidence, ridiculous form. And then going into qualifying, putting it on pole position. As soon as we saw that, I don't know what you thought about watching it back home, but as soon as we saw him on pole position, we were like, well, that's him winning and that's him having a pretty serious gap.
Yeah, I don't know whether I subscribe to the form thing in Formula One because, you know, with football and tennis and other sports like this, you're kind of doing the same thing on the same, you know, it's just you, let's say tennis, it's just you, a racket and a court. Of course, I'm probably going to get shot down by, the know tennis fans. I don't know much.
Big tennis is going to come for you.
Yeah, big tennis, of course. But, you know, it's effectively the same variables every time, just the difference is your player or maybe the surface you're playing on. Whereas in Formula One, it's a lot more different circuit to circuit. I mean, we're going to a very different circuit next, aren't we? And Brazil's pretty unique, fairly short, tight and twisted. Las Vegas, we've only been there, is a new circuit on the calendar, street race, long straights. The car will be set up completely differently. It will feel different. Also, the way that you have to manipulate the car to get the most out of it will be completely different at Brazil, Sao Paulo, than it will be at Las Vegas and then, Abu Dhabi and Qatar. So it's more of a how well you perform on each weekend. And it's just almost more of a chance of luck as to where the weekends fall, because there will always be circuits you're stronger at and that you just feel more comfortable at straight from the word go, like Norris was this weekend. But we look back to other weekends when Piastri's dominated, let's say, Saudi Arabia, maybe Bahrain, where he got pole fast lap race win. That just suited him when he hit the ground running. And I think it's just fortunate for Norris that he's having circuits and weekends at this stage of the season that are in his favour. But no, you're absolutely right. You'd very much rather be in Norris's situation right now. Piastri, no doubt, has got a lot of pressure at the moment. He knows he needs to effectively go out and win every race for the rest of the season to even have a chance, really, at taking the title. We've got that one sprint race, haven't we, in Qatar as well, which, you can get some more points as well. But, it's to have to win is really, really tough. And let's not forget, it's only is it third season in Formula One now? So it's a lot to ask.
If you look at the situation, if he wins every race and Lando comes second, so what's the difference there? 7 points. So that's 7, 14, 21. So that's still only 21 points. And then the sprint race as well. So actually it's not in his hands at all, because when you say like Oscar Piastri can win if he wins every race, will he win the championship? Well, no, unless Lando doesn't score big points.
Well, we said this, but I think we discussed this sort of talking point about 5 or 6 races ago, and there was like 8 or 9 races to go of the season, and the gap was the other way around, wasn't it? Piastri ahead, and if Norris had beaten Piastri in a 1-2, but I think the 1-2 situation has gone out the window. I think Formula One is so close at the moment that we've seen, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be 1-2 every weekend. I mean, we had USA where they were 2-5, we had Singapore where they were 3-4, Azerbaijan crazy, 7th and a retirement for the 2 McLaren. So it's not like they're 1-2 every weekend like we had in Mercedes dominance, or potentially when the Red Bull was really, really strong. So I think Piastri does need to win all of the remaining races this year, because then there's a chance that Norris won't be second. And the pressure's off Norris. He knows he doesn't have to go out and try and go pole, fast lap race, win the sprint. Pressure's off for him. He can just relax, which is why I'm now, for the first time, even ahead of this weekend, I was thinking, no, Piastri's still going to have it. For the first time, I'm like, it's a tall order now, because Norris can even effectively, if he's racing for second or third and someone throws in a move, he can be like, do you know what? Just I'll move out the way. You take it. I don't mind losing a couple of positions as long as I finish this race somewhere in the top 5, which the McLaren will do if you don't make a large error or get taken out. You're pretty much there, aren't you?
Of course, in the next race, Norris could crash out and Piastri wins the race, and there's 25 points for him straight away. Then things can change really quickly. And I think this is why it's so exciting, the way that this season has played out and has finished. And I think there's going to be a lot of looking back at this season, whatever happens to decisions that teams have made. Obviously, the whole papaya rules, that will be a big conversation, and a lot of what ifs. But when it comes to the actual performance from Lando Norris this weekend, he didn't really put a foot wrong. And for me, when we saw he was on pole position, there was a lot of chat that we were in the group we were in with Brandon, actually, the full-time Formula guy. And we were saying that he's not great when he's on pole position. Will he be leading by the end of the first lap? And only 2 out of about 8 of us thought he'd be leading after the end of the first lap. And I actually think he did very well from the restarts as well, because those can often catch drivers out. We saw Kimi Antonelli get a little bit caught out on one of them. And I mean, everything that he did came together. And when we don't have a lot of things to say about Lando Norris's performance, it means he was really, really very good. And I know that at the end he was saying that he wishes the gap was a bit bigger to his team and his engineers. But I mean, what more can he do this weekend? He's had an epic one.
Do you know what? I'm going to actually argue against my thing I said a moment ago, where there isn't form. I'm going to argue against it now, because when you put it like that, I actually agree that Lando Norris has grown a lot this year as a driver. I enjoy watching Formula One as a spectator, but also my experience in motorsport as a commentator and as a driver. I like to think that I've got a better understanding of what's going on from the driver's perspective than most. And he absolutely is executing and performing at a higher level, I think, than he was at the start to the middle of the year. There was a lot of criticism about his starts going backwards. He was making mistakes. There's that whole bottle, meme that's going around. But if you look at the things that he was being criticized for and losing out positions and losing races from, and, last year and the start of this year, he's actually rectified them. Starts, he's been pretty much bang on. Mistakes have been few and far between. His restarts have been perfect. He's been overtaking decisively. I honestly can't fault him. And then that's leading to weekends like Mexico and Sao Paulo this weekend, where he is unbeatable because there's no chinks in the armor. If he doesn't give anyone an in, then it's no wonder he's going to be able to take pole fast lap race win. And this is the sort of thing that Max Verstappen has done so well, and why he is so good and why he's won 4 world championships is because he just doesn't have really any weaknesses. And Norris is getting to that stage at the end of this year where he's not making those mistakes. And that's why it's so hard for Piastri to get in there. And, the Red Bull, different car, different situations. So sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not. But on a performance basis, looking at actually how he is performing, not the results, but how he is performing, what he is doing, can't fault him.